This is the Training Camp Podcast. This is Ken talking with RJ and Paul. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
The
Training camp
when we
Nothing. Anyway, continue.
when we tried to record last week, we kind of like went right into the episode, but we didn't actually go over any of our like progress with the app or like what we've done with it so far. So we should probably like kind of go over that a little bit this time, just to kind of like see where everybody's at. So.
Okay.
Have you guys done anything so far with the app since we like talked last?
I'm gonna be totally honest. I've been pretty pitiful with the app. I've gone running a couple of times, but not even like taking my phone actually lately. But let's see. I did do a lucky egg session. When was that? Was that about a week ago? That was probably about a week ago that I did go through, and I probably upped myself close to 2 levels. I definitely didn't max out my lucky egg time, but I just figured enough was enough. I need to move forward here. And I did. What new Pokemon did I get? Like I did get a Pidgeot. I did get I got my Haunter. And I thought I had enough for the Gengar, but I just totally miscalculated. I think I had like 50 instead of the 100 or whatever you needed. I can't remember. But anyway, I did get the Haunter, and I finally evolved my Eevee. I think I might have mentioned that. I can't remember that I hadn't evolved an Eevee yet, and I finally got a Vaporeon. I did it the natural way. I didn't like name my Eevee anything.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, what else? I hadn't seen a Metapod yet either. That's weird. So I evolved my Caterpie, and I saw a new Pokemon that way.
Yeah.
And I can't. That might be like all the new ones. And then of course, like I have a million Drowsies around me, so I think I have my 4th or my 5th Hypno now. Like,
oh, good night, babies.
Good night, babies. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Oh, I want a Hypno.
Hell yeah, I'll trade you one if this app could do that.
That's perfect, because you know what I got this weekend? It was this weekend.
What did you get this weekend?
I checked. I had 3 Growlithes, and so I was getting close. Yeah, and I hatched them all, so I was getting close to having enough to evolve them.
Yeah.
And so I went and checked their IVs, and 2 of them had perfect IVs.
No way.
So I still have a perfect IV Growlithe that is perfect for trading somebody.
Nice.
And then I tweeted a picture of it. I made Growlithe my buddy Pokemon for a little bit. I got the 1 more candy I needed to evolve it, and then I evolved it into an Arcanine.
And now
awesome. I got a genetically perfect Arcanine, and it's like my second most strongest thing now.
That's awesome. Perfect in every way. Cool.
Now Bulbasaur is back to being my bubby. My
bubby
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. What about you, Ken? You do anything wild and crazy?
Well, so I've been still running at least once a week.
Yeah.
And I actually bumped that up to, I think it's like 3.5 miles. And I was very close to dying for that. Like, I didn't realize how far that was. I just kind of extended my route a little bit, and I had no idea like the hills that were involved. I just looked at it on a Google map, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll just add this little loop."
What's the worst that could happen?
Treacherous. Yeah, that's what I thought. But so usually, like I said on the podcast before, I usually try to have a podcast playing and have Pokemon Go at the same time, so I can get my my eggs hatched and everything in the incubator. But recently, it hasn't been letting me do both at the same time. Like when I go back into Pokemon Go, I can't actually bring my my podcast back up. I don't know if that's the podcast app that I've been using has kind of like screwed up or what. But I'm gonna have to sort that out, or else like it's gonna be kind of boring to run without a podcast while I'm trying to hatch my eggs.
Yeah,
Huh.
I haven't experienced anything like that.
Okay, I've been using Podcast Addict, and that might be kind of like screwing things up. Because usually I can start the podcast without leaving the Pokemon Go screen.
Yeah.
And for some reason that option isn't available anymore. I don't know why, but
Mm.
I'll have to sort that out. So I haven't actually hatched anything recently, which is kind of a pain because I have like 2 5-kilometer eggs at like 4 kilometers right now.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
kind of
close.
itching to, yeah. And then I also started trying out the buddy thing where I first had Magikarp in, and I was like, and I have Bulbasaur as my buddy right now, and because I never see any Bulbasaurs, and I want to,
Yeah.
I'd love to level him up eventually.
That's
So
very true.
so that would be something awesome to start getting into the Ivysaur and the Venusaur and everything.
Did you guys see that thing I tweeted from the training camp Twitter?
I don't think so. What was
It was
it?
a little picture of all the Pokemon and how many kilometers you had to walk for each one of them to give you a candy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you want to check that out, it's kind of useful.
Okay,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, so if anybody listening wants to check that out, definitely go to the Twitter to find that little chart or infographic that's there, because that would be really useful.
Yeah, because initially, I have enough candies to evolve a Bulbasaur to an Ivysaur, but I don't have like a really good Bulbasaur with good IVs yet. I have like okay ones, but none that are like really good. And so I
Yeah.
was trying to figure out, because it might make sense that a higher form evolution might give you more candies. Like that makes sense to me at least. But I looked it up and like it, they don't change like the amount of walking you have to do to get a candy when they evolve. So I just kept on Bulbasaur. I'll just wait till a good IV one comes along to evolve it.
Huh.
Wait, so did you say that it takes like a certain different? It takes a different distance for each Pokemon to get for its gauge to fill up.
Yeah, it takes either 1 kilometer, 3 kilometers, or 5 kilometers.
Oh, and but how many candies do you get from
1.
For all of them?
Mhm.
Every time the gauge fills up. Okay, interesting. What's Bulbasaur?
Bulbasaur's 3.
Okay.
Most things are 3, and then like stuff that you would get out of like 10k eggs and good stuff like Snorlaxes and Laprases and stuff, like big stuff like that is like 5. And then the little stuff like the Weedles and Magikarp, they just take 1.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Okay. What do you think about this whole buddy thing? Do you think this is gonna help a lot?
I like it because now there used to be this problem that I was thinking about where if they added trading, like trading a Pokemon doesn't really do much except unlock it in your Pokedex if you hadn't have it, and if it's stronger than anything else you have. But other than that, like trading wasn't that exciting, because I have this crappy, like nothing special, something that you want, here you go, and then you get it and fills your Pokedex and you're done. It's not like, oh yeah, now I can really like do something with this.
Yeah.
But now you can have somebody trade something to you, and just because it's not in your area, but now you can still get use out of it. Now you can still evolve it. Now you can still actually use it.
Yeah, that's a good point, and that probably that definitely enters into the fitness thing where if you want to go on walks and everything, that's like one more reason to kind of get out there and start like actually getting some kilometers in.
Yeah, one more
So
reward
Yeah,
system
definitely.
in the game.
Yeah, so that is really cool. At first, I thought that it was going to like, oh well, I was gonna say at first I thought it was gonna like show the Pokemon actually walking next to you, but like that doesn't really matter because no one can really see you walk in the game anyway. But can you? So if you're in a gym or anything and you see other people, can you like see who their buddy Pokemon is?
No, I haven't seen anything like that. So far, the only thing where it shows is it gives you the little picture in the gauge in the corner, and then
Right.
on your journal page it shows them standing next to you, which is actually cool because you get to see like size comparisons.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can stand next to Snorlax and you can see how fat he is.
Yeah, that's true. I was actually kind of surprised how big Magikarp was when I like had him next to me. I was like, oh geez, he's like
Oh, God.
massive. But that kind of makes sense.
He does grow into something very large.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to sort out that podcast thing. But one other thing too was I went downtown for the first time in a few weeks, and I was really looking forward to getting my buddy Pokemon on, so like getting hopefully some candies from that, but also finally hatching these eggs. And so I set my dim timer thing to 10 minutes, had it in my pocket. I had this awesome seat at this like library slash cafe thing where it was like in the middle of like 3 Pokestops. So I like dropped some lures and everything, and that was kind of fun. I didn't really see any Pokemon that I don't have already, but it was a really good spot. It was a beautiful day. It was awesome. And so I probably walked like not that I had basically had my phone on for maybe like 15 minutes or so, and I have a Samsung Galaxy S4. And
if you're going to say 7, I was going to tell you it's going to explode.
No, but basically, so like it got so hot that I could barely touch it. Like I could feel it in my pocket the whole time, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is making me really uncomfortable." And it was literally borderline like gonna burn my skin.
Yeah.
Like I could not believe how hot my phone was getting, and that it was still like on while it was that hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't like melting anything inside the actual like hardware.
No,
you still got lucky. Nowadays they just explode.
Nowadays they just explode. Actually, like I don't have the S4. I have the S4 Mini, and yeah, it's actually I've had similar issues, especially like running this game with and if I were to, I don't know, like play the game or sit down somewhere and have it in front of me, like in the sun or anything like that, like that's definitely not going to help. Like it definitely gets really hot really fast. That I don't know, it's just another thing. I don't know if the S4 is the same with the S4 Mini, but like mine has a replaceable, like not an external battery, but just I can take the cover off the phone and take out the battery and swap it with a new one kind of thing. So I do occasionally just take off the back of the phone and just let it air cool a little bit like that. But even that only helps so much. Like it's really, and then it just looks weird. But I don't know. Something with Samsung batteries, I guess. They're not doing so hot lately.
But that's good. It's good to hear your progress, and even though it's been kind of slow with Pokemon, and there's been a few updates, and it's good that there's still kind of stuff to do. Yeah. There's been some headlines recently. There was like Pokemon Go, like nothing's going on, but but I'm sure. I mean, I'm seeing tons of updates with new strategies and everything like that. So we'll certainly report those on the podcast as they come up.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So the last episode 10, we talked about the card game and went into a little bit this Pokemon battle simulator thing, Pokemon Showdown. And RJ, you kind of introduced to us. So we thought this week we would go into a little bit of detail and show what this whole thing is all about. Because I've never played the Pokemon games, and I think this will be kind of like a cool thing to do in addition to Pokemon Go if people want to go online and kind of like see where Pokemon is at with its online battling and
the primary source material.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so we tried recording this last week and we tried to screen capture. It didn't work out, but now we have a little bit of an idea of what it's about. So we're going to kind of showcase it a little bit and go through a couple battles. So I think it'll be still a lot of fun. So RJ, why don't you give us a little bit of an intro about what this is all about?
All right, so Pokemon Showdown is a Pokemon battle emulator. You can play it for free online. Just Google Pokemon Showdown. It'll be the first thing there. You can download it and install it, but you don't have to. You can play it in browser. So there is a competitive Pokemon community called Smogon.com. It's SMOGON. They have tons of sets for each Pokemon, tons of strategies. If you want to learn how to actually battle, it's an invaluable resource. And the people from that website, they're the ones who coded this emulator, made this emulator, maintain it, and they also make the rules for it. There are some differences between this and what you would find in the actual games, but as far as competitive goes, this is actually, in a lot of cases, preferred to the actual games, just because it's streamlined, it's easier. They have a tier system, so you can play with different Pokemons of varying power and viability. They try to maintain a meta that's fair and fun. Sometimes they ban things. Sometimes they, move tiers around. They're constantly trying to keep it fresh and equal and fair. So if we get started, we can make a team and kind of talk about
definitely.
how an actual battle goes down.
Yeah, and in this game in particular, it's really easy to play with other people, right?
Yep, it has its own matchmaking. You click battle, it says right there, battle, find a random opponent. You click it, it finds you a random opponent, and you get playing.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start kind of building our team and finding out what this has to offer here.
So for that, we're going to start by clicking Team Builder.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, look at that!
There's our old team
Yes.
from last time. I tried to think up a better team instead of one on the fly, so I have one prepared. So,
Okay, cool.
I guess they can just chill there.
Well, we have to at least
Oh,
know what we came
we
up
gotta
with.
get rid of Hitmonlee. Are you kidding me?
Okay, this is
Oh.
the team we made last
What
time
a
we tried to
lineup.
record this. It's definitely a champion team.
Hot Wings is the best.
Hot
Wings.
Wings is pretty good. Schmarmy is
Really
my
shared his
favorite,
stuff.
honestly.
Schmarmy.
But Edward Scissor Ear, that's definitely
Mm.
our MVP from last time.
Mhm.
He was. He was.
Can I make another team instead of like deleting all this?
Yeah, you can save this one. So just go back. However you do
To
that.
home?
Now click that list.
Okay.
There you go.
New team.
New team. There you go.
Oh, that's
Nice.
exciting.
Okay, so
I'm
we're
glad
gonna
we get to
start
keep them.
with just a regular team. So go ahead, select format. As I mentioned before, Smogon kind of keeps its a tier system. You can see right there where it says OU, Ubers, UU, RU. Those are what are different tiers. They're the most common is OU. It stands for overused. It's going to have the Pokemon that are pretty much used the most. OU is kind of like the standard format, the default format. It includes the most things, but it still keeps the ones that are out of check banned into Ubers. Ubers is where all the legendaries and really Pokemon that are just too good are. But everything else, there's OU, which is overused, UU, underused, RU. And if you play a tier like OU, you can use the Pokemon that are in all the other tiers below it. So that's just kind of, it does get confusing with the tier play if it's something you're not used to, but it's something that's really easy to pick up.
Okay.
So we're going to start just by clicking OU.
Do you recommend that people starting out do OU?
Yeah, it's like it has the strongest Pokemon without being unfair.
Okay, that works.
So we're going to start by adding a Pokemon.
All right.
Here's a list of all the Pokemon. It has their little tier next to it. It's Pokemon from all generations. You can see it's sorted by tier, so if you're playing UU, you can't play anything in the list that's above UU. So that's how the tiers work.
And a Pokemon that's in one tier wouldn't appear in the other one, correct?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
like
so
if
they're all separated.
there might be I know for Megas, like a Mega might be in one tier, but the regular type might be in another one.
Ah.
So there is stuff like that, but that's, it's not that big a deal.
Okay.
So
All
these
right,
are
so-
all the Pokemon. If you're not familiar with a lot of the Pokemon, here's a great
is
way
me.
to do it. So we're going to start building a team, and while we're doing that, we will go into the details of all the little things that make a Pokemon. So you see that dude Breloom right there?
Yes.
Go ahead and click him. He's going to be our
Nice.
first dude. This is one of my favorite Pokemon.
All right.
He's a grass fighting type. He's from Generation 3. And we're going to go through a set right here. And oops, just a sec. I just clicked Guild Wars 2. So that's going to open up. Okay, I closed it. Okay, so for Breloom, we'll start off with the moves because that's straightforward and requires no explanation.
Okay.
So for his moves, we're going to give him Spore. As you can see, it says this puts the target to sleep. As a little side note for Showdown, Showdown has this thing called the Sleep Clause, where you're not allowed to put more than one Pokemon on your opponent's team to sleep at a time. It's something that's not present in the actual game. In the actual game, you can spam Spore all day and put your whole opponent's team to sleep. But in this, that's kind of unfair. They don't let you do it. Dr. Bray, that's a great name.
Okay, good.
Okay, for his other move, give him Bullet Seed.
The only reason I'm actually the one doing this is so I can pick awesome nicknames.
Kenny's better at names. So far, he's better at naming them than I am. Okay, give him a Mach Punch. M-A-C-H.
The old Mac Punch.
The old
Mac
Punch.
There you go. And give
Usually
him...
goes first.
Yes, and give him Rock Tomb for his last move.
This ability to actually type them in, that is really helpful.
Yeah, that
you
is.
don't gotta go
the
searching
quick
through.
search.
You can just type them in. They pop up. For his ability, so every Pokemon has an ability. Usually it's one of two, but there are special ones called Hidden Ability. That doesn't really apply for Showdown because you can just pick which one you want. So go ahead to Ability and pick Technician.
Where was that?
It's next to your moves and next to Item. Right now it says Effect Store.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technician.
You said Technician? Okay.
So Technician is really good for Breloom because as you can see right there, this Pokemon's moves of 60 power or less have 1.5 times power, which is good because Bullet Seed is less than 60, Mach Punch is less than 60, Rock Tomb's less than 60. So all his moves get powered up. Bullet Seed can hit 5 times, so it has the potential to hit hard. Mach Punch gets +1 priority, so it'll pretty much most of the time you'll go first when using Mach Punch. And Rock Tomb lowers people's speeds, and it's also really good for taking down pesky Talonflames and other birds, which people switch in on Breloom a lot because he's grass fighting, so he's 4 times weak to it. But Rock Tomb, that'll take him out. Now for his item, to assist in helping us trick him with that Rock Tomb, we're going to give him what's called a Focus Sash. This is an item a lot of Pokemon use. What it does is it prevents you from being one-hit KO'd. If something would kill you in one hit, instead it'll leave you alive with 1 HP. So when those pesky birds come in, those Talonflames, they come in, they try to Brave Bird you, they think they're going to kill you real easy, you live with 1 and you Rock Tomb them and it's dead.
There you go.
So that's kind of Breloom's shtick. Let's go into his actual stats. Now if you don't know much about Pokemon stats, here's a little rundown. Here's all the different stats: HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. Pretty self-explanatory if you played anything before. All Pokemon moves come in 2 types, physical or special. And so if it's a physical move, it'll use the attack stat, and the defending Pokemon will use its defense stat. If it's a special move, it'll do likewise, but with special. So what we have to input here is its EVs and its IVs. Its EVs in-game are in the actual Pokemon game. They're hidden values that you just get. Killing different Pokemon in the wild give you different types of EVs. They just give you little stat boosts. The most you can put into one category is 252, and overall the most one Pokemon can have is 510. But because 4 EVs always equal 1 bonus stat point, with 510 not being divisible by 4, 2 of those points are wasted, so Showdown just does 508. So for this Breloom here, we're going to give him just simple 252 attack, going to max his attack, going to give him 252 speed, and go ahead put the other 4 in, let's just put it in defense.
Cool.
And now it's IVs over here. We're going to leave how it is. But IVs, similar to our explanations about CP power, IVs are an actual Pokemon's genetics. It's just the values they're born with. They can be 0 to 31. In Pokemon Go, they're 0 to 15, like we talked about before. Right now, we just want everything maxed out. We're just going to leave it all 31.
Okay, cool.
For his nature, we're going to go ahead and pick Let's go Jolly. Now, what a nature does, a nature gives you plus 10% more in one stat, but minus 10% in another stat. So what you do is you simply pick a nature that gives you a bonus in a stat you use, like speed, and a deficit in a stat you don't use, like special attack. Breloom doesn't have any special moves. His special attack stat is completely useless, so it doesn't matter if we take away from that one.
Ah, okay.
So
what is the what's the suggested spread up here?
Oh, that's this is a set from Smogon.com. It might be the one I'm using. I don't know.
Yeah, it is actually.
And it's a set that people use. It the people that make Showdown, like I mentioned, run Smogon too. So they just kind of give you little hints.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Really useful if you just want to grab Pokemon, see what its suggested spread is, check it out, see if you want to use it. Makes it easy so you don't just have to scour through a site and start comparing sets, So that's it for one Pokemon. And, once you make one Pokemon like this, you basically do it it's all the same for the other ones. So let's go ahead and make our second Pokemon.
Cool.
For our second Pokemon, we're going to make an Arcanine.
Ooh.
This is actually my favorite physical wall to use.
Why is that?
It's just, I don't know, not many people use them, not many people pick it that often. Usually if you run an Arcanine, it's some sort of attacking. So sometimes people think you're going to attack them, they let their guard down, and then, or they think they're going to get away with like an easy knockout, and it's this guy, he just doesn't go down. He's going to be our physical tank.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So to start out, let's get his moves. For his moves, we're going to give him Morning Sun. This heals you. It's like a recover, but if the sun's out, if it's sunny, it heals you more, and if it's raining, it heals you less.
Well, how does that play into this?
Oh, weather is a big part of Pokemon, but sometimes.
In Pokemon Showdown it is?
In Showdown, in the game, yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, if it's sunny out, fire attacks are stronger. You can do stuff like use Solar Beam in one turn. You don't have to charge it up. You can do stuff like certain Pokemon have Venusaur has this actually. He has an ability called Chlorophyll, where if it's sunny, his speed is like doubled. Rain does similar things. It's just there's a couple weather effects. You'll learn about them as you see them.
Okay.
For his next move, we're gonna give him Will-O-Wisp.
Burns the
target.
Nice.
Burn in Pokemon, it halves that Pokemon's attack, and I think it takes 1/8 of its health every single turn. If you notice, though, that Will-O-Wisp, its accuracy is 85%. It does. That's another good name. Its accuracy is 85%. It does miss sometimes, and when you miss a Will-O-Wisp, a crucial Will-O-Wisp, it's infuriating.
Oh,
but
boy.
It happens. It's just something you gotta deal with.
Yeah.
Okay. So his next move is going to be Flare Blitz. This is a strong physical fire type move, but it does 33% recoil, which means you're going to take 33% of the damage you dish out.
Gotcha.
And for his last move, we're going to do Extreme Speed, an Arcanine Classic. This has a lot of priority. I think it has like +3 priority. It'll go first pretty much every single time. Not as much as Breloom's Mach Punch, but it'll outspeed pretty much anything. So that's the moves for our Arcanine. For his item,
Cool.
We're going to give him a Rocky Helmet.
Nice.
It's literally a hard hat with rocks on it. What it does is, if something were to physically attack our Arcanine, it would take damage. So it's a penalty to attack us, which is very good, especially when you consider we have the correct ability right here, Intimidate.
Okay.
Whenever an Arcanine comes in, he's going to lower the opponent's Pokemon their attack by 1 stage, which means, crap, is it by half? I'm pretty sure it's by half. I'm embarrassed I don't know that. But so with him being a physical wall that's already physically tough, lowering the opponent's attack penalizing them by the Rocky helmet and being able to heal it back with the Morning Sun and being able to further drop their attack with Will-O-Wisp, Arcanine's really tough to take down.
Okay.
That's his
wow,
deal.
there's a ton of strategy if you like want to get deep into this.
See, last time we just bullshitted through a team. This time I actually picked one that like has mechanics I'm familiar with.
Oh man, okay.
Okay, so
I mean, our last team was pretty damn good. You have to admit.
we did win one, didn't we?
No, everyone just kept.
No.
We
pretty
won
quick.
one. I think we won one.
Are you sure?
I think we did.
Hot wings.
Wings.
Okay, so for this guy's EVs, we're gonna give him 248 HP, not 252. We're gonna give him 8 attack. It's not that one because we're not making specially defensive.
Okay.
And 252 defense. We're making physically defensive. And his nature is
Impish.
Wow.
big, tough, stoic, noble Arcanine is impish. Okay, so that's it for Arcanine.
Oh, all right.
So next up, we have another Gen 1 Pokemon that you guys should enjoy, but we're using its Mega. And so
What?
that Pokemon's going to be Alakazam.
Oh, hell
Whoa!
There you go.
Holy cow!
I like this Mega. It hits so hard, at least specially. He's fast. Alakazam's one of the fastest Pokemon already. He's got a lot of type coverage, and his special ability, while not always very useful, can be extremely interesting. So we're gonna start off. His moves are gonna be Psychic. Just classic Psychic. We're going to give him Focus Blast. This is essentially a Spirit Bomb.
Okay.
It misses sometimes. It has like 75% accuracy, so it really is a Spirit Bomb. If you throw it and you miss, you just miss.
Mm.
We're going to give him Shadow Ball, which is a Ghost type move. And we're going to give him Hidden Power. And you're going to pick Ice. Hidden Power Ice.
Ooh, okay.
Did you pick Ice? Which one did you pick?
Ah, okay.
There you go. Hidden Power is a move that its type is determined by the Pokemon's IVs. So if you notice, if you look where it says IVs, it's set our attack IV to 0. That's because for Hidden Power Ice, actually, you know what? Make that attack stat 30 instead. I don't know why it's 0. Make it 30.
Okay.
No, not the EV,
Right here?
the IV.
Right here.
Yeah, make that 30. That way our Hidden Power will be stronger, but it'll still be Ice type. Because it just so happens, if you want your Pokemon to have Ice type for its Hidden Power, it needs to have an even number in its attack IV and an even number in its defense and an odd everywhere else. That's just a random combination. That's how they do it.
Huh.
Let's see. For his ability, it's just going to have Trace, because if it's a Mega Alakazam, it has Trace. That's just how it is. You don't get to pick.
Gotcha.
Item is Alakazite.
Wow.
You'll notice all the items, all the stones to make a Mega Evolve is their names with "ite" at the end.
Oh, okay.
They're actually
go.
doing something kind of similar in Sun and Moon that's coming out soon, where the stone to give them to use their Z moves is just their name, but with Eum at the end. So like Snorlax is a Snorlium.
I
So,
like
yeah.
it. Snorlium.
So I think we still need his EVs. We're going to give his EVs our 252 special attack, 252 speed, and 4 defense. You see those big, green, beautiful bars?
They're huge.
That's what Alakazam's all about.
They're huge.
They're huge.
I think that's everything for this Alakazam. Oh, it's nature. We need timid. Timid because it
There we
ups our
go.
special or our speed, but lowers our attack, which we don't use. All right, next Pokemon.
Moving.
Moving on. Our next Pokemon is another Gen 1 classic.
Bring it on.
Nidoking.
Yes.
Yep. I love using Nidoking because no one expects it. At least the way I use them, I've noticed. So we're going to give him his moves are... Hold up, let me check what his moves are. We want Earth Power. Sludge Wave.
Sludge Wave?
Sludge Wave. Not
Sludge
Bomb Wave.
Wave.
We want Thunderbolt. Yes, Nidoking can know Thunderbolt.
Huh.
And we want Ice Beam. That ever important Ice Beam.
Ice and thunder and sludge
Yep.
and earth.
For his item, we're going to give him a choice scarf, and no one's going to see it coming. So what these choice items do is they multiply one of your stats by 1.5 times, but when you pick the first time that Pokemon's in play and you pick a move, you have to stick with that move till you switch him out or he dies. So it's a little giveaway for a little boost. But who in their right mind would choice Scarf and Nidoking? People never see it coming. They get an Ice Beam in their face that they think they should have outsped. They don't know what to do about it. So go ahead and his ability. Give him Sheer Force. Sheer Force powers up all of our moves. Harambe? Alright.
We need a dedication.
But Sheer Force strengthens all of his moves. If a move has a secondary effect, instead of doing that secondary effect, it'll just boost it. So, for instance, Ice Beam has a chance to freeze. Instead, for Nidoking, it's just going to be 1.3 times as strong. So he can actually hit pretty hard. So we're going to go to his EVs. We're going to make it so he hits even harder. We're going to give him 252 special attack. 252 speed. Yo, this set is actually the suggested set, so it might not be as surprising as people think.
Huh. Just like that.
Yep, that looks good to me.
Timid.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright, so there's our Nidoking. Our Harambe.
A Harambe.
Harambe.
Okay, next poke. Another Gen 1. I try to stick with Gen 1.
There you go.
We got Tentacruel.
Yes.
Ooh.
I have not used a Tentacruel like seriously, so this'll be a tryout. For Tentacruel, we're going to give him Scald for moves. Scald is a really handy water attack because it does 30% chance to burn, which can be pretty huge.
Burning with water.
We're going to give him Rapid Spin. This spins away any entry hazards like stealth rocks or spikes or toxic spikes. Just things that will generally annoy us. Next move is Acid Spray. Acid Spray. Wait, let me see what that does actually. I'm not sure. Acid Spray. So this lowers our target's special defense. So our Scalds are going to hit even harder. And it does a little damage.
There you go.
And finally, let's do Toxic Spikes. Because entry hazards can always help. So Toxic Spikes. While Toxic Spikes are down, every Pokemon that our opponent switches will become poisoned. If there's one layer of spikes, they'll become just regular poisons. If two, they'll become terribly poisoned, which means...
Oh, you can put down multiple layers?
Yep. And if you get two down, they'll be badly poisoned, and every time they take poison damage, it gets higher and higher.
Gotcha.
So his item, we're going to give him Black Sludge, which is like Leftovers, but only works on poison type. Leftovers is a great item. It might be the most used item. It heals you a little bit every single turn. Ability.
Clear body.
We're going to give him Liquid Ooze. What does that even do? Oh, if someone tries to drain our health and take it for their own, like if they Giga Drain us or something, it'll hurt them instead.
Nice.
Which won't be terribly useful, but it could be surprising. And then
Sounds good.
His EVs will give him 248 HP. Oh wait. What is that really what I want to give him? No, that's not what I want to give him. I want to make him specially defensive. Give him 252 special D. Give him that special D.
He wants the special D.
Yeah, give him 252 HP too. We'll just make him really specially beefy. Make that 242 a 252. Yeah, big dope.
Oh.
And then put the other 4 in whatever you want. I really don't care. Yeah, 252
Wait.
HP.
Okay.
And then you can put 4 in wherever you want. Just do defense
Special
or something.
attack.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Well, yeah.
For his nature, make him timid.
Wow, you like that one, don't you?
It's just what you do. You
Okay.
use the same ones a lot. Most of them suck. Okay, so one last Pokemon. This one is not a Gen 1 Pokemon.
Ah,
This is going to be a physical attacker, sweeper. I see him right there. It's Bisharp. There he is.
who is this
He's
guy?
Gen 5. He's cool. He's Steel Dark. He's just a badass. Look at him. So for his moves, we're going to give him Knockoff. Knockoff. So dark types have a lot of moves that do special things that no other types really have access to. And Knockoff is one of those things. Knockoff will make the other Pokemon drop whatever item it has. So really, it can if you have something like a Chansey that Chansey that relies on Eviolite, and you knock that thing out of its hands, it's done, you know. Rose hips, what's that even mean? So,
I think a rose hip is like a flower bud of some sort,
all right.
All right.
but I just think this fits.
So, for his next move, give him Swords Dance.
I mean, look at those hips.
They are actually. They're definitely there.
They are
Okay, so
definitely
Swords
there.
Dance doubles his attack. So if we get a Swords Dance off, we're primed and ready to sweep. Get out that broom and sweep the other team.
Yeah.
So give him.
Looks like a Power Ranger.
I actually, honestly, I always really like bipedal Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And Bisharp's one of them. It's just a trend. I don't know why. So for his third move, give him Iron Head.
What is he actually supposed to be?
That's just what he is.
He's a rose
Is he
hip
like
Pokemon.
he looks like a human.
Yeah. His lower form looks kind of like him, but they're smaller. He's just like covered in knives and blades and stuff. And they hunt
okay.
in packs in the wild and stuff. I don't know.
What?
That's why I think he's cool. He's weird. Okay, for our last and final move, another dark move that has a special little thing that other types don't really have. We're going to give him Sucker Punch. Now, Sucker Punch. Remember all those moves I mentioned? Extreme Speed, Mach Punch, where I said they always go first. Now, Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch always goes first.
Oh yeah.
But only if the other person is attacking. So you do have to predict. But if you get a Swords Dance off, and they can't really set up or do anything except attack you, the game's pretty done. You're going to Sucker Punch your team to death. They're not going to be able to attack you.
What do you mean if they're attacking? Like, aren't they always attacking? And like, don't you like both choose your moves at the same time?
No, see, like attacking would be choosing a move that's going to damage us, you know?
Oh, okay.
But they can do stuff like, you know, they can Swords Dance, they can set stuff up, they can Toxic, they can Substitute. There's a lot they can do that's not attacking.
Right.
So you have to be careful, because if you choose Sucker Punch and they choose Substitute, now you got to substitute, you got to break through with your frail little Bisharp.
Mm-hmm.
So for Bisharp, let's go ahead and give him a Life Orb. Yep, Life Orb, just It makes all of our attacks stronger, but it damages us every time we attack. But we're frail already, so it doesn't really matter. For his ability, we're going to keep Defiant. Another thing we can keep in our pocket and really surprise somebody with. So remember how our Arcanine has Intimidate? When it comes in, it lowers the attack of whatever of the opponent's Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
If something tries to do that to Bisharp, instead of being lowered by 1 stage, it'll be raised by 2.
Ooh, okay.
So if you manage to predict them trying to intimidate you, now all of a sudden your Bisharp's already set up.
Gotcha.
So he's kind of our late game ender dude.
Hell yeah.
And that's...
We need one of those.
Yeah, one of those. We need our EVs still. We're going to max his attack and his speed, just like it says right there. Yep. And
Jolly?
Jolly or Adamant. I don't know which one. Whichever. There you go. So, I think that's it. That's our whole team. We got Dr. Bray, Bernie Sanders, Fu Manchu, Harambe, Mr. McFeely, and Bisharp. No, it's Rose Hips. We just didn't save it yet. Alright, so that's how you make a Pokemon team. Once you start learning how to do it, it becomes a lot faster because you don't have to, scour through the whole thing. Those suggested spreads are always helpful. It looks like when you do choose the suggested spread, it doesn't change your moves. It just sets your EVs and IVs. So that's good. Because picking moves is something you always just kind of want to do yourself a little bit. Fine-tune things, make sure you have which types covered. Because, there are substitutions you can make. For instance, like, on that Alakazam, we have Hidden Power Ice. You could have chose, like, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, all viable options. It just depends on what types you're afraid of with your certain team. All right.
All right, I'm itching to get started.
Yep, so we can save this team, and we can start battling.
How do we save the team?
How do we save the team?
Click back the team.
Nice. Look at that lineup.
There it is.
Look at that.
Ready to roll.
Yep, I think it should save automatically. If you click list and go back, this team should still be here. I think we did this last time where we were afraid to go out. Okay, there we go. There's our team. So go back to home. Click on format. Go ahead, choose OU. Random battles are actually really fun, especially if you don't know a lot of the Pokemon, because you get to see a lot of different sets, but you don't have to go through the hassle of making your own team. So if you just want to casually get right in there without having to learn a bunch of stupid shit first, go ahead and do random battle. But we're going to do OU. So here we go. We need to log in first.
Yep, damn it.
I believe last time you used Obama USA. There we go.
Yep.
That's us, I guess. There we go. So here we go.
Oh,
there's our opposing team. They got a Malamar, a Starmie, a Diancie, a Latios, a Landorus, and a Ditto.
And a Ditto.
Man, this one over here. Oof.
So, that Diancie and that Latios, one of them is a Mega. One of them, I don't know which. Probably the Diancie. Landorus are really tough. Ditto, I don't know what that Ditto is doing there. Malamar's a cool Pokemon. Don't try to lower his stats, though, because he has a cool effect where if you lower him, his stats go up instead.
Okay. Who should we lead with?
So, Breloom's not a bad lead. I don't know. He might lead with the Landorus. So, Breloom or Harambe, whoever, I'll let you choose. So, Harambe, there's Malamar. So, the cool thing about Pokemon Go is if you hover over either of the Pokemon, it tells you its types, it tells you what it might have, it tells you what its speed range is. It gives you a lot of information that the real game does not give you.
Huh.
So it's real nice to be able to see everything without having to memorize it. But if you memorize it, I guess you are just a better person, really. So go ahead, scroll over Malamar, because you guys don't know what a Malamar is.
Why does it say Harambe isn't a recognized type or Pokemon over here?
I don't know. He's typing in chat commands that I'm not familiar with. Go ahead and hover over. So he's Dark Psychic. So we don't have anything that's really going to affect this Malamar too much. So you can switch to somebody. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know Malamar too well.
Who do you think would be good against him?
Let's see. What's he weak against? We have 90 seconds to pick. We're on a timer, so we got to be careful. Malamar is weak against Bug and Fairy, which is 2 types we do not have, but it's not resistant to anything. So we might just want to start hitting this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and hit him with a Sludge Wave or an Earth Power.
Do it.
What the heck?
Okay, 2-hit KO, so we don't have to be too scared.
Yeah.
We do outspeed him. Go ahead and hit him again.
With the same thing?
We have to use the same thing because we're choiced, remember?
Ah, right.
There you go. So you see that he used Superpower, which usually gives you minuses, but because he's a Malamar, he has an ability that turns those minuses into pluses. So that's why Superpower is something that Malamars have. Okay, don't use Earth Power.
Gotcha.
This Latios is something we need to Ice Beam and Ice Beam hard, but we can't do that because we already choiced.
Ah.
So he's going to use a special attack, so go ahead and switch in our special tank. Do you remember who that is?
Bernie Slanders.
No, that's our physical wall. We want our special tank / wall. We want Tentacruel.
Mr. McFeely!
Gotcha.
He's specially defensive, so whatever he's going to throw, we're going to... Ooh, but he went for Psychic, which we were weak to. But go ahead and throw that Harambe back in there.
Bring it on!
Ice Beam him. He's weak to ice.
He said should have switched to Bisharp.
Oh. Thanks, bro. I don't know if he knows his your nicknames. He's trying to smack talk you, little. He's trying to game Ice Beam him. He wants you to switch, so Ice Beam him. There you go. Fuck you, you faggot. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. You should bleep that
crap.
out. So
should we say that to him in the chat?
No, don't say that. I don't know if we might get banned or something. So he's weak, but he's also fast because he's a Latios. We can sucker punch him, but he is. Oh my god. He's expecting the sucker punch.
Okay.
Braylon will be able to take whatever he throws because we have the focus sash, but we will be breaking our focus sash. Mega Alakazam might outspeed him. You can try.
He's got Hidden Power Ice.
Yeah. So go ahead and Mega Evolve and give him the Hidden Power Ice. Okay, we're gonna get out the spoons. Are you ready?
Called me Mr. President.
Ooh.
Get out the spoons.
Bring it.
Ah, nice. So right now, Mega Alakazam, his special ability is Trace, and that copies the other person's ability. So we copied that Latios' ability. We now have his Levitate. So Earth moves don't affect our Alakazam. Okay, so he has an Alakazam. He's just as fast as we are. He's going to choose Shadow Ball because we're weak to it. We're going to choose Shadow Ball if that's what we choose to do. But if it's a speed tie...
Wait, is he a Ditto? Yeah, he's a Ditto
Yeah, but
now.
he
Okay.
should.
Right.
He has our speed now. So we do speed tie. I don't remember how Dittos work, if they copy like your nature and stuff too. But if you want to take a chance, you can Shadow Ball.
Do I want to take a chance?
We don't need... I don't think...
We're doing it!
Go ahead. Oh, he went first. Oh, he got it.
Oh,
No good,
wow.
no good. Go ahead, send him the Bisharp. Alright, he definitely outspeeds us, but we have Sucker Punch. We know he copied our Alakazam, so we know he has Focus Blast, which we're weak to. The safest move, I think, would be Sucker Punching. Because if he attacks us, he's dead. So he's probably going to switch. There he goes.
Oh.
He switches. Oh, we got intimidated. Landorus's are actually really tough. Oh, man. Give him Bernie. Give him Bernie.
Oh.
We might be able to live in Earthquake if he does it, which he probably will. We intimidated him. And we're tough. We're tough. There we go.
Yes.
Arcanine never falls down. Burn him. Will-O-Wisp. This will make him less. Oh, come on!
Oh no!
No.
Oh, we're looking. It's not looking real good. He's already GGing us because he's pretty uppity. He thinks he's battling the president. He's feeling good about himself.
He's feeling good about himself.
Go ahead. Choose whoever you want. It's in your hands now, Kenny. Let's see if you can save us.
Let's get Dr. Bray some action.
So
here.
we will live at least one hit because of our focus sash. We have our Mach Punch, which will go first, but I think Landorus is part flying, so it's not going to be very good.
Is it really?
You hover over him and check. Yep.
What part of him?
He's part of a trio of legendaries that are based off of genies.
Oh.
So he's like a land genie who flies around.
Okay. Is he floating right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, he has little clouds for feet.
Oh, I see.
He's only weak to water and ice, and he resists fighting, poison, and bug. So if you want to put him to sleep, do it. Put him to sleep.
With what?
Spore.
Okay.
Oh, he goes first. So he used U-turn, which is a move that attacks and then immediately switches. So he's switching to something, but that something is going to be put to sleep. If he predicts that, he can put in the Ditto, which is immune to sleep because it'll transform to a grass type. He shows Diancie, so that Diancie is now asleep. Diancie's a newer legendary that's kind of weird and I'm not too familiar with. I know it's Rock Fairy, so I think it's neutral to fighting. I think it should be weak to grass. Go ahead and Bullet Seed. And whatever he sends in will take a nice Technician Bullet Seed. Nice.
Oh, man.
We took down his Mega Diancie. He did break our Breloom Sash, though. So our Breloom is now vulnerable.
How does that work?
Remember, Focus Sash prevents you from being one-hit KO'd.
Uh-huh.
But now since...
How does he break it?
Now since we took a hit, we can't be one-hit KO'd, so it broke.
Oh.
So now we have this Ditto as a stupid little Breloom. Do whatever you want to it. You can't put it to sleep. But if you Rock Tomb it, you will slow it down.
Do it.
Oh!
He Mach Punches us. We Rock Tomb him. Now you go ahead and Mach Punch him, because he's slower than you now.
To the face.
There you go.
Yes, fuck you.
Ah!
Alright, send in our last guy, Rose Hips.
Rose Hips.
I mean, look at that.
Just Sucker Punch him.
Just do it.
It's funny. Ooh, Mach Punch goes first.
Oh.
And we lost our first battle. It's okay, though. Because we still had fun. That's what Pokemon's all about. Your Pokemon get stronger when they have fun with you, and they know you as a person, and then you... and that's how they get stronger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do one more, or do you think that'd be good?
No, we can do another one.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Someone does not like Obama.
See, there's fun people here using fun words. Okay, let's get...
Okay.
Go ahead, X out this window, click main menu, whichever. Alright. And if you're ready for your next battle, go ahead, click next. Or battle.
Oh my gosh. They got a black Charizard.
Ooh, we got
That is a black Charizard.
a Charizard, which may be a Mega Charizard Y or a Mega Charizard X. Another Landorus. A lot of people use him. He's good. I wasn't lying. Volcanion. He's a new legendary. I don't know that well in game. Ferrothorn. He's a real tough wall that is 4 times weak to fire. So our Arcanine, we're gonna want to keep him alive, but he's good at doing that. Zapdos is just a pain in the ass. Let me tell you right now. And that's a Starmie. So.
Who to lead with?
Breloom's always a safe lead, pretty much.
There we go.
Volcanion. Volcanion is fire water type, which I am not used to at all, and I don't really know his moves.
That's a thing?
Yep, he's kind of new. He's weird.
I'll say.
Well, a Bullet Seed, I'm not sure his resistances and stuff even. You can try putting him to sleep. There you go, because you outspeed that big stupid thing. Start Bullet Seeding. Don't even think about it. Oh, he gave up. We win. We're too much for him. He can't deal with the spore.
can't deal with President
Oh, I
Barack
can't even
Obama.
smack talk him.
I guess he just doesn't like being put to sleep. Let's try to find someone who's made of tougher stuff. Okay, we got another Charizard. Like before, might be a Mega X, might be a Mega Y. We got a Gengar. We know that's not a Mega. We know that's not a Mega because Mega Gengar's Ubers because he's too good. That Weevil is a Dark type and an Ice type. It has a lot of priority. He might lead with it. Glisker's just a stalling pain in the ass. That's a Chansey. If we knock off its Eviolite, it'll be pretty useless. And that's a Tangrowth. I commend him for using a Tangrowth. So, Harambe's not a bad lead. Breloom's not a bad lead. Alright. He starts with Weavile. This is, like I said, a Dark Ice type. It's 4 times weak to... he might Sucker Punch you. He might... what's it called? What's it called? Ice Shard? Yeah, Ice Shard. Ice Shard is a priority Ice-type move, so it'll go first. I don't think it should hurt you too bad, unless he's Choice Banded. We do really want this Nidoking, though. But we're already out here. He's weak to Firefighting, Bug, Rock, Steel, and Fairy, so... Actually, this Nidoking can't really do anything, so we might want to save him. Switch to Bernie.
Here we go.
Because we're going to resist any ice moves, we're going to... intimidate him. He uses Fake Out. Fake Out has like +3 priority.
It hurt him
but you
more.
can't move it 2 times. Yes, our Rocky Helmet, remember? He touched our hard hat with rocks in it and it hurt him. So go ahead and what might he send in? Go ahead and just Flare Blitz. I don't think a Will-O-Wisp is worth it. Okay, so he sends in the Gengar, which we almost kill. This Gengar is not a Mega, so we shouldn't be too afraid. But our Extreme Speed can't hurt him because it's normal type. He probably outspeeds us because we're not speed invested, and he's gonna hit us with a special attack, which our Bernie can actually take. He might know a Psychic move, which our Special Tank is weak to. Unfortunately, that was a bad choice. Now that I see it, but. It might be best to go with either the Tentacruel or the Bisharp. If he uses a Ghost move, it won't hurt our Bisharp that much. It won't hurt our Tentacruel that much either, but if he uses a Psychic move... Destiny Bond. Okay, good. Destiny Bond.
That's a good time, yeah.
Do you know what that does, Paul?
Isn't that when if we would have killed Gengar that with any move, then that would have also killed us.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh my god.
So wait, hover over that Gengar for me.
It's like the inverse of a self-destruct. Like if you...
I don't remember how long that Destiny Bond lasts.
Does that say 7 out of 8? That's just, you can cast it 7 times.
You know what? Let's be greedy in Swords Dance.
Just do it.
Oh!
Good. That's nice. A good move. That's a good move. Knock off this Chansey's Eviolite. Knock off.
Dun, dun, dun.
Good move.
Hi-ya.
Bam! Perfect.
Twerked all over him.
Now we got our sweeper set up. It is early game, but we got him set up now. Let's see if we can get through this. He might send out that Glisker. Ooh, no, Charizard. He's going to try to hit us with a fire move, and we're going to Sucker Punch him. Perfect. He didn't even Mega Evolve.
Boy.
He didn't even Mega Evolve. That's weird.
Wow.
So he doesn't have a Mega. Oh, he forfeited. Good job.
We forced them to leave.
Yep.
GG.
Oh man.
See, there's a risk to using that Swords Dance and spending a move, but the reward far outweighed the risk in that situation.
Oh hell yeah.
Those are things you want to look for in Pokemon. You want to look for your opportunity to take out threats. You want to take away win conditions. You want to play the risks. All that good stuff.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
That was awesome.
Cool. So do you think that's good for now? We gave them a good idea of what this game's like.
Yeah, well, I'm always ready for more battles.
Maybe in another episode we'll revisit this and play some more.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sweating already just watching this. I love it.
Yeah, I'm glad we actually used a cool team and saw some actual pro plays.
Yes, definitely.
There you go. So let's see here. How do we... There you go. So, we'll thank everybody for listening to this week's episode. Make sure to check out our Facebook page where new posts of the episodes will come out, and we'll share our progress in Pokemon Go and hang out with you guys. And please like and subscribe to the channel to get new episodes every week, and let us know in the comments if you have any suggestions or requests for future episodes.
If you want to learn, if you want to battle me, send us a tweet, send us a comment, do something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I will battle anybody who wants to. Anybody who wants to learn, anybody who already knows what they're doing, just go ahead, send us a tweet, send us a comment, do something.
Yeah, and if you do play, also send us your lineup if you make a good team together.
If you want to see us use a team, if you want to see us use some sets, if you want to make a set that you want to see us use, go ahead, tell us. We'll make content out of it.
We can make content out of anything. Alright, that sounds good. Is that good for you guys?
That sounds good.
It's good for me.
Cool. Alright, I'll see you guys next week.
Alright, see you next week.
See ya, babies. Good night.